Hey guys, Taylor here, and today I'm back with another Division 2 video. Now in the past couple of hours, the Division team just ran a special report over on their Twitch, as well as their various other social medias. There was a mention of some Dark Zone West gameplay. Now on the trip me and Arekkz both went on, we were only able to capture within Dark Zone East and Dark Zone South. So I was super eager to watch this live stream and see what DZ West was all about. But before I get into that video, I do just want to remind you all that we are running a giveaway this month, and that is for a limited edition Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Nintendo Switch. To enter that, there is a link in the description. Make sure you go over and do just that. But anyway, let's get straight into it. First up, I just want to recap the differences between the three Dark Zones we'll be getting our hands on in the Division 2. Right, let's start with Dark Zone East. This is Capital Train Station. It's going to be dominated with long lines of sight. I think very open combat, so before you do go into this Dark Zone, make sure you're equipped for it. Now this is where the military originally set up shop when the green poison hit, but unfortunately the military weren't strong enough to contain the spread. There was a major incident here, which meant the military weren't able to hang around, but all of their gear and equipment did. Now moving on to DZ South or Dark Zone South, this is the waterfront area. It's overgrown with vegetation and there's a lot of medium to close range combat here. This is originally where the sick were directed before the flooding happened, but once the flooding happened, the sick weren't contained and nor was the virus, and it quickly turned into a Dark Zone. So like I said, that's where me and Arekkz were able to explore and capture our gameplay for our recent videos. But like I've also mentioned, today we got a look at Dark Zone West. This is Georgetown. This Dark Zone has a really cool backstory. Dark Zone West is the residential Dark Zone. This is littered with alleyways, gardens, small tight-knit areas. As well as that, it's also got the iconic canals of Washington DC, and honestly, on stream today they looked absolutely amazing. But Georgetown is where the government wanted to test something to combat the virus, and that was a new compound called DC-62. It's that yellow spray or foam that you see in a lot of the Division pictures and gameplay, but unfortunately this didn't work, and in fact it was extremely toxic and only made the situation worse. And as you can imagine, that's why it turned into a Dark Zone. I love that we're getting 3 Dark Zones in the Division 2, and I love it even more that they're all environmentally very different. And remember, the Dark Zones are introduced to you via intro missions this time around. So at certain points of the game, you'll be prompted to go into the Dark Zone, have a look for the safe houses, and be guided to that first extraction. All of that will happen without the threat of coming across another player in the Dark Zone. So I just want to quickly show you an example of how the Dark Zones compare. As you can see in the first clip, I'm playing in DZ South. It's got a lot of open areas to it, a lot of line of sight. So if you're not careful, you could easily be ambushed at any point. And as you can see in Dark Zone West, you can see how tight and compact it is in certain areas. You can see how you're almost going to have to make sure your gear is in check before you do jump into each Dark Zone. But yeah guys, that's a quick video detailing how Dark Zone West is going to play out. I'm going to run a tiny bit of gameplay at the end just so you get a bit more of an idea, but there is a link in the description that will take you over to more gameplay from this stream.
How much risk reward do I want? How much do I think we can handle? Or alone too, if you're so inclined.
That type of thing. But we're not here to do sightseeing either. I mean, if you can go manhunt, that'd be great, because it is a loop that is super risk reward focused, and we do know that a lot of players love that loop. So this allows them to keep chaining those timers and to get as much from it as possible.
Sorry? No, I thought you were going to say something.
Just so polite.
Excuse me. Connected though to the Dark Zone experience and the Dark Zone progression are new. Speaking of risk reward, and gaining something that you might actually lose later on, the Dark Zone perks.
Yep. Now the Dark Zone perks, something that I think is awesome. And you're going to get perks based on your levels, which is what we're calling ranks for the Division 2. And we have 50 levels. Straight away, you're going to get some great perks. I think it's level 1, you get to carry 1 extra item for extraction. But then it goes to things that are so cool, like lowering the extraction timer. So these things, you're not going to want to lose these perks. So you're going to want to defend your dark zone level as much as possible. So again, it's little things like this that increase the depth of what we're proposing to all types of players in the dark zone. And that extends to one of the things that I know that Terry is so passionate about, which are the occupied dark zones.
Right.
Matthias, do you want to take us through what occupied dark zones are?
I think we're gonna wrap everything up because we're kind of running out of time because we're really good at talking.
All right.
But we're gonna tease because there is something for you were talking about the people who really enjoys the manhunt loops.
Yep.
There usually are very hardcore players.
Yeah.
We do have something special planned for them as well.
Yeah, and it's really, the dev team, we're very excited about the original, very raw, vanilla dark zone that we launched with.
Friendly fire.
And we know that there's a sizable part of the Division community that love that experience. So this is yet another thing that we can do given the fact that we have more than one. We have 3 dark zones. So any given time in endgame, one of them will be what we call occupied. And what that means is really that there's always going to be a place for players to go and have that original experience, meaning no normal.
Thanks very much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to check out some more awesome stuff from us here at Arekkz Gaming, then you should definitely try to catch 269 and Paradise Central streaming 6 days a week. You can find a link to the multi-stream in the description box down below. They play a wide range of games, and what's more, we also have the Endgame store. By watching their streams, you earn currency, and you can redeem that currency on the Endgame store for really cool prizes. Those can range from things like games, comics, and figures, all the way up to controllers, capture cards, and even consoles. So definitely drop by and become part of the community. Of course, if you enjoyed this video, then make sure you're subscribed and be sure to click on that little bell icon to turn on notifications so you don't miss our next upload. You can watch more videos by clicking on the options here, but once again, thanks very much for watching, take it easy, catch you next time, peace out.